Potency drugs not under NDPS Act. So sexual enhancement drug containing herbs and medicines are not covered under the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act. Supreme Court observed about the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act 1985. It also known NDPS Act. It prohibit any individual from engaging in any activity consisting in production, cultivation, sale, purchase, transport, storage, consumption of any narcotics drugs. From our medical point of view, psychotropics designate chemical substance that act upon the mind, that is on the conscious or unconscious mental life. So narcotics include substances that cause stupor, muscular relaxation and reduction, elimination of sensitivity. Now is EWS quota. So it's a government committee report. Supreme Court said income is a feasible criteria for defining the economical weaker section. So the committee did not agree with the notion that Indian government had mechanically adopted 8 lakh as a number because it was also for the OBC creamy layer cutoff. It said EWS was more stringent than the one of the OBC creamy layer. So criteria led to the financial year prior to the year of application, whereas the income criteria for the creamy layer in OBC is applicable to gross annual income for 3 consecutive years. Secondly, in case of OBC creamy layer, income from salary, agriculture, traditional and artisan professions are excluded from. This is excluded, and agricultural and traditional artisan professions are excluded from consideration. So 8 lakh criteria for EWS includes all sources including the farming. So the reports has resulted Supreme Court's repeated grilling of government scenes. So 8 lakh as a annual income criteria to identify forward classes of society, and for grant of 10% reservation in national eligibility come entrance test. Okay, so next is Neet. Neet is the Union Education Minister and Skill Development Minister launched Neet, single platform to provide base develop technical solution courses to students. So Neet will be the game changer. Digital divide will be reduced and knowledge based requirement in India for the economically disadvantaged students. So National Education Alliance for Technology needs. Education Alliance for Technology is provide the use of best developed technology solution in education sector to enhance the employability youth in single platform, and these solutions are artificial intelligence, consumer learning outcome and skill development. And ministry informed that 58 global and Indian startups had companies are observed Neet are offering 100 courses and resources bettering the learning outcome, developing employment skills and overcoming the losses. The minister expressed the happening 12 lakh socially economically disadvantaged students. Legislative department end of the review. So legislative department play important role in the assisting the ministry and department government to achieve the policy objective through legislation. So legislative department provide assistance to state government of central law into the language mentioned in the 8th schedule. So election law and electoral reform to amend the Representative People Act and Representative People Act. The election law has passed, and linking the electoral roll Aadhaar system will curb the menace of multiple enrollment, multiple qualifying dates for enrollment. Electoral roll will expand the voter base, consequently greater participation. Okay, and making the status gender neutral in line with the award policy of gender equality and inclusiveness. So streamlining the process of conduct of election with reference to requisition of staff or premises. So Indian Code Information System is each year number of legislation are passed by the legislation, and it is difficult for judiciary, lawyer as well as citizen to refer relevant and up-to-date act. So keeping all this aspect in view, India Code Information System a one-stop digital repository of all central and state departments. Subordinate legislation has been developed. So Ministry of Law and Justice, it is an important step ensuring legal empowerment of all citizens, and one nation one platform. Till date central government is has been uploaded for general public. So official language is published by the Constitution of India and text of Constitution of India, also incorporating amendment up to the Constitution. 150 Amendment Act. Protection of Women from Sexual Harassment Post Act. It is a petition has been filed Supreme Court challenging guideline issued by the Bombay High Court, Women from Sexual Harassment Act, which include blanket bar on parties and advocates from sharing records, including the order, judgment, media. The Act defines sexual harassment, mechanism for redressal complaints, provides safeguard, false malicious charge. Every employee is required to constitute internal complaint committee. Complaint committee will power the civil courts, and complaint committee required to provide conciliation, initiation, inquiry. Then penalties have been prescribed for employee. Non-compliance with provision of the Act shall be punishable, and repeated violation may lead to higher penalty and cancellation. So the state government will notify the district officer in every district who constitute local complaint committee. Then unorganized sector small establishment to work in the environment free of sexual harassment. Supreme Court allowed Neet counseling under the existing EWS criteria. So the Supreme Court allowed national eligibility cum entrance test counseling process so as to not disrupt the medical admission. It upheld 27% for other backward class, 10% for economical weaker section, and all India quota. So it is an all India pre-medical entrance test for a student wish to pursue undergraduate medical, dental, Ayush, and course in government and private institution in India, and also for those intending to pursue primary medical qualification. And the exam is conducted by National Testing Agency. So only those persons who are not covered under the scheme reservation SC, ST, OBC and whose family has gross annual income 8 lakh rupees are to be identified as EWS, and this income shall also include income from all sources, salary, agriculture, business, profession, and person whose family own land holding of certain size at least 5 acre and residential plot 1000 square feet. So EWS originally notified by this January official memorandum was recently for government appointed finance secretary. Now harmonized guidelines standard universal accessibility in India. So the Central Public Work Department released a harmonized guideline standard for the universal accessibility. The guidelines are a revision of harmonized guideline space standard, barrier-free built environment, disability and the elderly person. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs drafted the IIT Roorkee National Institute for Urban Affairs, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs guideline. So for creating a barrier-free environment and focus on universal accessibility, the guideline ramp extremely crucial for providing mobility. Understand ramp has been added to given guideline. Guideline provide gradient and those involved in planning project and governing building master planning. Citizenship Amendment Act is the Ministry of Home Affairs did not notify the Citizenship Act rules, and the third extended deadline was passed. So January was the last day of extension of sort from the two parliamentary committee, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Without rules, the act cannot be implemented as per the manual parliamentary work. In case of ministry department are not able to frame the rules, so 6 months after legislation is passed, they should seek extension of time from the committee stating reason, which cannot be more than a period of 3 months. So its act was notified on December. Then ministry notified that the act will come into force from January and amended the Citizenship Act by providing pathway to Indian citizen for persecuted religious minority from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Pakistan who are Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, Christian and arrived in Indian beforehand. So it is the law does not grant such eligibility to Muslim from this Muslim majority. The act was first time religion had been overly used criteria for citizenship. Law attracted global criticism. It examined member of Sikh community criminal case under the Foreigner Acts, Passport Act, and the two acts specify punishment for entering the country illegally. Okay. Second round of the quarterly employment survey. So it is the Union Labor and Employment Ministry employment figure. Second round quarterly employment survey. It is a more hiring 9 sectors that account for about 85% of total employment in establishment which 10 or more workers hired 2 lakh more people July. So increased total employment. The total employment in the 9 selected sector is 3.10 crore approximately, and the report cover manufacturing, construction, trade, transport, education, health. Okay, and 90% establishment has less than 100 workers, 30% IT BPO establishment. Female worker, the overall percentage of female workers 32% higher, 29%, and the construction sector is 20%, and while most vacancy 65% unspecified reason and 25 is okay. So review Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So it is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana will encourage the promote skill development and country to address the industry need, meet the market demands, impart skills and new age job role that have become crucial in the post-pandemic era. Create an ecosystem for the youth to make informed choices, available skill, provide support to the youth for their skill training certification, promote sustainable skill, great participation, private sector, and benefits 8 lakh youth across the country. Customized crash courses program for COVID warriors under aim to meet the upsurge demand of skilled healthcare professional. Upskilling for weavers, artisan and traditional craft Nagaland and Kashmir. So recognition of learning project, entrepreneurship building, design development, special project for revival or heritage Namda craft in Jammu and Kashmir, and upskilling for street food vendors, okay, in Delhi, and launch RPL project in Nagaland. So upskill local weaver artisans, enhance the assessment certification, skill for knowledge awareness, livelihood promotion. Sankalp is the strengthen short-term skill and institutional standard, national, district and state level quality improvement of skill, inclusion of marginalized people to promote the apprenticeship program, financial incentive and packages, especially support to promote apprenticeship MSME sector. So first is industrial training centers, center sectors to expand the modernize and existing long-term training. Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana to provide free skill training. National Career Service Project to offer free online career skill training. Skill strengthen for industrial value enhancement. Strive is to improve the performance. ITI to improve the relevant efficiency of skill and ITI. And Pradhan Mantri Yuva Yojana is the centrally sponsored entrepreneurship development, so entrepreneurship education, training, advocacy, easy access to entrepreneurship network, promoting social enterprises and inclusive growth. It's a Pradhan Mantri Yuva Yojana. Skill acquisition and knowledge awareness livelihood. Sankalp centrally sponsored scheme is district level skill ecosystem. Scheme for like Share Yojana, skill for higher education, youth apprenticeship, it's center sector. Like Yuva Yojana is a sponsored, Sankalp is sponsored, but Share is a sector to provide industrial apprenticeship, general graduate existing in through the national apprenticeship promotion. Atmanirbhar Asim portal, skill employment mapping, it's a skill people, sustainable livelihood opportunity, skill management accreditation training center, smart centers for the IT and ICT. So now it's transgender prisons. So Ministry of Home Affairs returned to all states to ensure separate accommodation for trans persons. Advise the state for union territory that the prison admission register may be suitable revised to include trans as a category other than male and female. Similar provision may be made prison management system, and government enacted the transgender person against any form of exploitation, and while making the provision separate enclose a transgender person due care taken by prison authority that this may not be result in the complete isolation, propagate social stigma. There should be adequate preservation of right to privacy and dignity, and physical search for trans person conducted by this person preferred gender or the trained medical profession at the stage search procedure required. Okay, Lok Adalat. It's a Lok Adalat proved to be a most efficacious tool for alternative dispute resolution. So assist to justice to the poor and constitutional mandate to ensure fair treatment legal system. So Lok Adalat is justice accessible to affordable to all. Constitution 42 Amendment Article 39A to ensure equal justice and free legal aid. So it's a Legal Service Authority Act NALSA enacted Parliament and came into force to provide free and competent legal service to weaker section and to organize Lok Adalat to secure that the operation of legal system promotes justice of the basis of equal opportunity. So it is a organization prior consultation review meeting state level service authority to guide them towards maximum dispute during the Lok Adalat. Before organization National Lok Adalat multiple interaction was executive chairperson all state legal service authority and one-to-one interaction. So boost the morale of a stakeholder, culminate effect of preparedness mobilization and extraordinary disposal. NALSA is the giving relief to the common citizen and legal battle, and it's a Lok Adalat, so legal service authority integrated technology with the conventional mode of dispute settlement, introduction of virtual Lok Adalat, E-Lok Adalat and Lok Adalat including the National Lok Adalat organization, virtual hybrid mode, provide unhindered experience and legal service authority continuously upgrading the digital infrastructure, supervision and monitoring. Under the strategy, State Legal Service Authority conduct meeting with the various stakeholder objective to ensure full cooperation, coordination and follow a litigant friendly approach. So certain area having the greater possibility settlement on bank recovery case, financial matter highlight, authority explore all possibilities and authority for advice to monitor the completion of process on financial matter. Okay, now purpose evaluation or aroma mission. So it is a aroma mission or purpose evaluation. Jammu Kashmir transform the life of farmer who are able to grow lavender, make lucrative profit and improve their life. So the aroma mission is advises to bring transformative change in aroma sector, an area of agriculture, product development, fueling the growth. So to promote the cultivate aromatic crops, essential oil, enable Indian farmer aroma industry, provides benefits to the farmer and protection of crop while grazing. So lavender, damask, rose, muskbala. Lavender is oil which like have sale all 10,000 per liter. Lavender water separates lavender oil, hydrosol. Okay, so the project is benefit to the grower of Vidarbha, Bundelkhand, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, but bring 5500 hectare additional area. Aromic provides a technical infrastructure support and enabling effective mechanism to ensure remunerative price, value addition, essential oil of aroma. Okay, National Commission for Safai Karmachari. It's a union cabinet like National Commission for Safai Karmachari. National Commission for Safai Karmachari was 1993 statutory body, and its commission is acting as a non-statutory. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is extended this. Supreme Court uphold OBC quota for Neet. So it's the Supreme Court upheld the constitutional validity for reservation for other backward class, and All India quota was national eligibility cum entrance test for postgraduate medical and dental courses. All India pre-medical entrance test pursue undergraduate medical, dental, Ayush. Okay, so it is exam is conducted National Testing Agency. So based on the recommendation second backward class commission or government. So it's 27% for the socially and educationally backward classes, and rest was given. Rural Area Development Plan formulating implementing guidelines RADP. So it's a transformation enable effective land planning, and central government Swamitra scheme, Ministry of Panchayati Raj Urban Mission, Ministry of Rural Development is Urban, and Swamitra scheme is Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Is utilization of geospatial information, ease of living, help minimize migration in providing all necessary infrastructure and also resources. So village planning and the provision of linking Gram Panchayat, development of program, spatial land use planning, Gram Panchayat, and many special spatial development have been implemented. So recent rural area unplanned growth has been efficient utilization, and spatial planning was vicinity of urban center and those along with the major road corridor. So it's a Panchayati Raj system, local self-government 73rd 74 Constitutional Amendment Part 9 was there. Now, Lok Sabha Privilege Committee. It's a committee, 15-member committee, so consists 15 members. It function examine every question involving breach of privileges. Member of committee thereof refers to the House by the Speaker determine the reference fact of privileges involved, make the suitable recommendation, and also treat procedure to follow the house in giving effect. So recommendations are like, okay, now National Commission, Ministry of Home Affairs to protect rights of Arunachal Chakma. The National Human Rights Commission and Ministry of Home Affairs, Arunachal Pradesh are action taken reports against the racial profiling and relocation of people belonging to Chakma Hajong community. Chakma is predominantly Buddhist and Hajong is Hindu. Were inhabitant to the Chittagong Hill and East Pakistan were migrated to India. So submerges their land by the Kaptai Dam and Karnaphuli River. So religious persecution faced the East Pakistan and non-Muslim. So majority of them continue to be 15 years. National Human Rights Commission 1993. It's a conformity Paris principle adopted first international workshop National Institute for the Protection of Human Rights, and it is a statutory organization and to investigate the violation of human rights. To commission may also take research about the human rights, create awareness, and various mediums encourage the work of NGO chairperson for full-time member and for medium member. So the Prime Minister, Home Minister, Leader of Opposition, Rajya Sabha, and Speaker of Lok Sabha, Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha hold office for the until 70 years. Conjugal rights are the begin the hearing of fresh challenges to the provision loving institution. Conjugal rights, Hindu Personal Law, Section 9 Hindu Marriage Act 1925 deals with the restitution. Conjugal rights is recognized one aspect of conjugal rights. Rights to consortium protects it's by allowing a spouse to move court to enforce the right. Conjugal rights are rights created by marriage, right of husband, wife to society, and law recognize both personal law dealing with marriage, divorce, criminal law, and maintenance, alimony to spouse, living together, and marriage couple should live together, marital intercourse, and spouses or married couple have right to duty together, physical and sexual relationship, comfort to each other, spouse should give comfort to each other like emotional, mental comfort, matrimonial obligations. So it's fundamental rights. So it's a coercive act, but which violates one's sexual decisional autonomy and privacy and dignity. So provision is disproportionately affect women. Women are often called back to the marital home under the provision and given marital rape and crime leave them susceptible. So also question whether the state can have such compelling interest protecting the marriage. 160 year of Indian Penal Code. So it's Indian Penal Code, the Indian Penal Code legislative that ordinary citizens ideally interact with most and which govern the relationship with the state. So the change have been made, amendment and judicial pronouncement. The law do not reflect the aspiration but primary liberty and equality. It took 158 year code to decriminalize the homosexuality and adultery. So long pending, the Indian Penal Code, Evidence Act, Code of Criminal Procedure were enacted and undergo comprehensive revision and colonial hangover. IPC, CRPC at the colonial government. So click adequate recognition of individual agency still represent Victorian morality. Section 377 decriminalize the homosexuality. Exists many provisions of IPC and ignorant of modern age crimes like we have technology and sexual offense, digital technology facilitating gambling, battling. So the government must cover large and diverse landscape and criminal procedure to craft criminal law, and contempt of court, metal rape, acid attack, hate crime. Government should not give to populist demand and risk of excessive politics and over criminalization. So death penalty needs a legislative approach, not just passing the buck to the judiciary. On procedural aspect, criminal law, there is a need to harmonize the status of book court ruling. Victims who are often on the margin of justice process, so accountability between the rights and citizens are important. Macaulay had himself favored regularly revision of code whether gaps ambiguous were found experience. So even though IPC have been haphazardly amended 75 times, no comprehensive revision. As a result, largely court have had undertaken this task unsatisfactory. Most amendments have been ad hoc and in response to immediate circumstances. So Charter Act that established first law commission under the chairmanship of Lord Macaulay Okay, now OBC reservation in local body. So the reservation to the OBC in local body, an empirical base can no more be sustainable in law. Supreme Court Rahul Ramesh Vaj, State of Maharashtra, make it mandatory that principle laid down by it is providing reservation to OBC. So K. Krishnamurthy versus Union of India, Supreme Court declared that reservation to local body is permissible, and the same is empirical, like backwardness in relation to local body are fulfilled. So to set up the dedicated commission for the empirical inquiry into the nature, implication and backwardness, and to specify the proportion of reservation for provision local body wise, like light of recommendation of the commission, and 50% ceiling should be there. Okay, in the Asani case, Vikas Krishna Gawadi was like Maharashtra is Gujarat was acted upon constitutionality enacted reservation, and reservation of OBC was just statutory and provide state legislature different from the constitutional provision. Now while insisting test reservation in favor of OBC concerned local body can be notified, and now Supreme Court quashed issued Maharashtra Election Commission provided 50% reservation for OBC, ST and SC, and political decision was to take route of ordinance to overcome an adverse judicial decision. So Maharashtra has constituted a commission to ascertain backwardness of OBC. An empirical report mandated on ordinance was promulgated to amend Maharashtra local body to conduct local body election. An ordinance was portrayed to be in compliance with order to apex court without breaching 50% ceiling, and the ordinance failed to take off. It was a challenge before Bombay High Court. An OBC reservation notification for the local body and also deems to be foul Supreme Court order. Supreme Court directed re-notification reserved seats belonging to general category both states on basis of election process. So Madhya Pradesh passed a resolution, and then taking political cue of Madhya Pradesh also passed a resolution to shall be local body election. Okay, so this was like how to come out like. Okay, GST Council is a contemporary rollback increased tax rate for the textile sector. So move follow the demands from several states including the Gujarat, West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. So similar demands for footwear was not considered. So the GST Council is constitutional body 279A. It makes recommendation to union and state issue related to goods and service and is chaired by Union Finance Ministry and Union State Ministry of Revenue of Finance and Ministry in charge finance of taxation of all states. FCRA license of NGO extended by 3 months. Union Home Ministry has extended another month of validity of the license. So it is the law enacted Parliament to regulate foreign contribution provided by certain individual NGO. So FCRA is originated past 1976. The government has used the act over the year to freeze bank account of certain NGO who is found affecting India's national interest wrong purpose. So Ministry of Home Affairs is there. Registration under Foreign Contribution Act is mandatory for NGO. And according to term, FCRA an organization cannot receive foreign funding unless it is registered under 2010 Act, except when it gets government approval. So it's a FCRA Act registered NGO can receive foreign contribution. Social, educational, religious, economic, cultural purpose. One nation, one grid, one frequency. Grid management by beginning start grids, interconnection of regional grid, India. So it is north, east, west, north, east, south. So with time each grid are connected and greater availability of transfer of power. So it all came together when the southern region connected to the central grid, which commissions so Raichur transmission, one nation, one grid frequency, Srinagar, Leh national grid. Okay. Ministry of Road Transport and Highway. It's a PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. 100 lakh crore project holistic infrastructure to plan the aim in easier interconnectivity, air, water, rail, improve industrial productivity, develop synergy towards building harmonized infrastructure. Government efforts to step capital expenditure, promote economic growth, and concrete payments for announcement of voluntary vehicle scrappage policy. The policy will not only reduce the pollution but from the road, but also lead to substantial employment generation and create a scraping infrastructure and testing station, registered vehicle scraping. Okay, so it's eligible for scheme needs not change. So it's a significance towards seamless movement, national highway ministry, fastage and construction 2.5 and 4-lane concrete pavements, Vadodara Expressway, international driving permits are there. Okay, ministry notified adoption mass emission standards, electric vehicle charging stations will be there, National Highway Authority of India NHAI, and automotive industry tender committee, logistic costs will reduce, ministry amends the Central Motor Vehicle Act, good Samaritan will be there, so victim of fatal accident will be immediate assistance for rushing to hospital and golden hour and provide medical treatment. Small value digital payment in offline mode. So Reserve Bank of India is framework for facilitating small value digital payment in offline mode. So it is the framework feedback received pilot experiment in offline transaction. Digital payment require internet telecom connectivity and face-to-face using the channel of instrument like cards, wallet, mobile device. Transaction would be additional factor and 200 rupees to balance, like automatic generation control. Union Ministry of Power is automatic generation of control, so it is expected to facilitate achieving government ambitious target 500 gigawatt non-fossil fuel based generation capacity by 2030. So it's a power system operation corporation, POCOSO. It's a send signal to the more than 50 power plants. Reliability of Indian power system. This will ensure the efficient automatic frequency control for handling the variable renewable energy. POSOCO is collaboration IIT Bombay and Ministry of Power separating from the power grid. So it is responsible for ensure integrated operation of grid. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It's a Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana ensuring the Pakka House eligible urban household 2022. So its technology use build the houses as faster speed innovative, especially in the light of house project global housing technology led to new around construction technology India giving the make in India bringing people technology together, new ecosystem, global technology, cost effective, environment friendly, speedier, and primary was durability, climate resilience, affordability, safety, speed. Set up the facilitate adoption innovative, sustainable, eco-friendly, disaster resilient technology, building material for low cost, speedier and quality construction house, and potential to bring a paradigm shift overall housing construction, achieve overall objective of housing for all, affordable rental housing, and provides them dignified living and near the place of work. So it's a launch smart city mission platform focus on fostering innovative practice and open innovation, engage with the innovation. Smart code is the launch, Minister of Housing ecosystem, so contribute repository open source code designed to address the challenges and enabling city to take advantage of existing codes and customize them local needs. And India Urban Data Exchange, new smart city website, geospatial management information system, monitoring was also there. Transport for all, aiming the bring together city, startup develop solutions, started e-smart city challenges, motivate smart city develop plan, safe healthy, safe, sustainable food environment, physical, institutional, social, economic infrastructure, smart solutions will create a shared digital infrastructure working across the three pillars. Okay, an ecosystem driven approach to urban governance and service delivery. And Prime Minister Street Vendor Nidhi, PM Swamnidhi is the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So Swanidhi is the socio-economic profiling a beneficiary and family to link them various central government scheme. National Urban Livelihood Mission is flagship towards the urban poverty reduction and community institution providing skill and affordable self-employment support and focus on equipping the urban poor women and skill and opportunities. Smart city and academia towards the action research. SAR is the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, is the National Institute for Urban Affairs. Program 15 Premier Architecture Planning and will Smart City to document project undertake Smart City mission, provide opportunity to development of projects. Unnati Jyoti by affordable LED Ujala. It's a 7-year energy efficient affordable LED distribution lighting program addressed the high electricity cost and high emission. So Ijala helped to reducing the annual household electricity bills, and also IIM Ahmedabad furthermore it is also under the consideration being included Harvard Business. Interested transition system green energy corridor. So it's a corridor transmission system and 10750 circuit kilometer is approximately 27500 mega. So will facilitate the grid integration. Himachal, Gujarat, Karnataka, Kerala, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu will help in achieving target 450 gigawatt 2030, contribute to long-term energy security of country and promote ecological sustainable growth, generate large direct indirect employment skill. India, Japan as a Asia's second largest economy. So Japan, Asia's second largest economy. So currently India's sixth largest economy. US, China, Japan, Germany, UK. So India nominal GDP is the 2.7 trillion and 8.4 trillion 2030. But India economy would also be larger in size than larger Western European economy. So long-term outlook for the Indian economy is supported by a number of key growth. An important positive factor, India is large and faster growing middle class, so country consumption expenditure will double. And the Indian economy forecast to continue growing, and its large industrial sector have made India increasingly important investment. Financial resolution and deposits is order to deal with the insolvency. Financial Ministry recently sought views Reserve Bank of India drafting modified version of financial resolution. So it's a parliament by FDI. Key criticism so-called bill like now under the modified version. Production link incentive scheme for advanced chemistry cell battery. It's an incentive scheme 2.7 time manufacturing capacity and 50 gigawatt to total. So it's to achieve the manufacturing capacity 50 gigawatt, and new generation advanced storage technology will be the investment which will boost domestic manufacturing and create both electric vehicle and stationary storage development of complete domestic supply chain. Foreign direct investment also push to the mobility benefit three-wheeler and four-wheeler and saving to the nation to account for reduction import crude oil, significant extent increase the share of renewable energy in India. Battery storage equipment Atmanirbhar Bharat enabling India to less fossil fuel will be used and environment friendly and sustainable and advanced. National Company Law Tribunal. It's a National Company Law Tribunal decision to win the Devas. It's regarded as the move to revolutionize digital media. So insolvency and bankruptcy code is the reorganization, insolvency resolution, and the adjudicating authority National Company Law Tribunal and Debt Recovery Tribunal. So it's a quasi-judicial body and formed based on the recommendation of Justice Iradi. Deal with the matters related to the insolvency, and appointment was year assumption 65 and further order. So Samarth, some sustainable agrarian mission, agro residue thermal power project. It's the Samarth sustainable agrarian mission for biomass and coal-based thermal power. It's to address the issue air pollution and stubble burning and reduce the carbon footprint. The government initiative agro residue, which are earlier regarded as the waste, it is regarded national mission for use of biomass thermal power plants. It's increased the level of co-firing to have a largest share of carbon neutral power generation and research and development, greater amount of silica towards improving the supply chain. Agro residue power plants considering regulatory measures also. Solar rooftop scheme. Simplifying rooftop, people are able to access it easily. The household may also install this rooftop and installed by the vendor of their choice. So its distribution company about installation aim to achieve the cumulative capacity 40,000 megawatt and grid connected rooftop voltaic panel and generation from solar voltaic panel power using the power conditioning. And Ministry of Rural Renewable Energy is 40% subsidy, 20% subsidy. So it's a promote grid connected rooftop small power generation plants among community, institutional, industrial, commercial establishment, mitigate fossil fuel based electrical generation, encourage environment friendly solar and electrical generation, create enabling environment investment and private sector, state government, individual to create enabling environment for supply for solar power rooftop. Submission for agriculture mechanization. SAMAM is the for the submission for agriculture mechanization. 100% cost agriculture done 10 lakh. So it's a plant counting, plot statistics number, compromise plot, planter, plant height, vegetation, water need, drone ensures. So optimize the input, react the faster to threat, weed and fungi, save time, improve viable rates of applicable real-time mapping, estimate the yield. Okay. Gherkins. India has emerged as the largest exporter of gherkins in the world. So it's a 200 million USD export agriculture products, pickling cucumber. Globally referred gherkins, corny. Gherkins is the started India during Karnataka and later Tamil Nadu. 50% production of world gherkin required. Non-fungible tokens. It's a luxury fashion American digital artist who created Meta Birkins and rapidly growing part of crypto words. So it's a irreversible token that can be used to prove ownership of digital assets, music network, and tweets, meme. So term is like non-fungible, simply means each token is different, opposed to fungible currency like 10 rupees note can be exchanged for the another zone. Cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum are also fungible, but which means that one Bitcoin can exchange to another. But NFT cannot be exchangeable and another NFT because the two are different and they are of unique. Each token has different value depending on which asset is represented. NFT transactions are recorded blockchain, which is digital public ledger, which most NFT being part of the Ethereum blockchain. NFT when they are beginning be sets to artist convenient way to monetize the work. What are the other reasons are demand and NFT are part of the new kind of financial system called the decentralized finance. And decentralized finance seen to be the democratic financial system essentially eliminate role of bank and associations. Financial stability reports. It's a RBI release the financial stability report published twice each year. So it's a systematic risk survey will be there. Global financial, macroeconomic, institutional and general. How much is the credit growth? How robust, vulnerable financial system able to support future growth like non-banking finance company, housing finance. Global growth has started falter, so started the losing momentum. So resurgence, infection, several part of world, supply disruption, persistent inflationary pressure. So good trade barometer, WTO. Now Baltic Dry Index is there, okay, and Global Economic Surprise Index is also there. So connection between the real economy and Indian equity market, price earning, how much is there, and bank credit growth in improving, not a fast rate, banking stability indicator, underlying the condition of risk, improvement and asset quality, liquidity, profitability, growth rate, retail credit, and most of wholesale credit, non-performing assets are how much, okay. Then banking prospects improve, that is also there. So federated digital incentives. The government invited a stakeholder to proposal that seek to establish federated digital incentive. So it's a into single unique digital transactions. The proposal part of the electronics IT ministry and various government platform is there is a tendency of create more ID cards and ID management and efforts to make unique having a multiple ID makes common man himself, spatially diversity, education awareness capability. India has aimed to enable the government and the private sector design IT architecture and idea is the model federal digital identity seek to optimize the number of digital identity, model empowerment, citizen control identity and providing the option choosing. So it's a agency for protect design electronic like beneficiary will be PDS system will be there like it's Aadhaar card, PAN card linking and link to the mutual fund records. Okay, after then there is a environment.